MovieWeb.com.
You're dead. Right now. I've killed you. You were half asleep.
I'll do better next time.
Tell me again.
Adapt or die.
Think on your feet.
Even when I'm sleeping. I'm ready.
All you have to do is flip that switch. It tells Mirza Riegler where we are. Only you can get close enough. She won't stop until you're dead. Or she is.
Come and find me.
Marissa, we picked up an unencrypted signal below the Arctic Circle. We think it's Eric Heller.
Heller is a rogue asset. I propose we go in and pull him out. We need to keep this contained, gentlemen.
Heller was gone, but we found this kid.
I want to speak to Marissa Fiegler.
Tell me a little bit about Joe Wright's vision for the film. What did he sort of communicate to you when you started the project?
Something that Joe talked a lot about is the perverted family that's at the core of the film. Eric Bana plays the father figure. I play Marissa Fiegler, who's the mother figure, and the child in the middle of that sandwich is Saoirse's character Hanna. But of course, it's a bit of a cyber family in that both Eric and Marissa are CIA operatives, and there was a bungled cloning operation in Berlin, at the end of, in the 90s, and the only clone to survive was Hanna. But she doesn't yet know this. She thinks that Eric is her biological father. And then on top of that, it wasn't just sort of a sci-fi thriller that he wanted to create. It was a coming-of-age story and a fairy tale. So I think it's the fairy tale aspect is something that overtone is something that I think that makes the film unique.
Your character obviously is a bit of the antagonist in the film, but she's a very three-dimensional character. She's not just the villain. She's very vulnerable. Can you talk about those different levels?
Well, the film doesn't go that much into Marissa's backstory, and I quite like that. I quite like that she's just there. But Joe wanted to seed a few things, obviously about, which I think a lot of women feel when they reach the end of their 30s and they start to go into their 40s, if they haven't had children. I think it's what they've given up. And Marissa has given everything to her job. And I think that her desire to destroy Hanna is partly to not acknowledge the fact that she hasn't had a complete life. One that, is perceived to be complete.
And there's, like you mentioned, it doesn't go a lot into her past, but we definitely can see there is a relationship between your character and Eric Bana's character.
I mean, we didn't have a lot of time on screen together, but yet, she also wants to destroy him because she doesn't, because the operation failed. He represents the failure, and so does Hanna. And I think, like a lot of people who are estranged, they are both fighting for the child. So it's a very important relationship.
And she almost becomes obsessed with sort of finding him and stopping Hanna.
Well, stopping him, as the father figure, stopping him from getting her daughter. But yet she wants to kill the daughter. It's all a bit nasty.
Yeah. What did you think about the script when you first read it? Was it's different than the normal sort of action thriller movie. It's very dramatic. Was that something that you liked about the piece?
What I loved about the film and what drew me to it was Seth's screenplay, in that particularly like the first 30 pages, usually once you've read a few film scripts, you think, oh, I know where this is going. But I read it and it was so enigmatic. And I didn't know where they were. Saoirse and Eric's character, I didn't know where they were. I didn't know what time it was set in. And I think that's something that unique about the film is it crosses, it's quite timeless. You don't know whether it's in the future, and you start in Finland, and you don't know whether you're in the 1800s or futuristic time. So I think that was partly what drew me in. I didn't know what was going to happen next.
I tried to prepare you.
You didn't prepare me for this.
Sometimes children are bad people too.
Did she turn out as you hoped?